Yo, Arian, what's for lunch?
Breakfast for lunch.
Ooh.
Eggs Benedict.
All right, let's get cooking.
Hold me down.
I'm a private chef, cook for money, yeah.
Guys, welcome back to What's for Lunch. Today we have a great guest. Arian Foster is in the kitchen. How we doing?
Chilling, man.
We're doing brunch, I guess, today. So we're doing Eggs Benedict.
Yeah.
Is this something you eat a lot? Do you like this?
Every time I'm feeling fancy and I go to brunch or something like that, this is what you get. Especially if you out to eat with a shorty, you try to impress her a little bit.
All right.
Just feel like, oh, he fancy.
Okay, perfect. Well, Eggs Benedict I'm glad you picked this because the hollandaise sauce is a very technical sauce to make.
Okay.
And we're gonna be poaching eggs. So like two techniques that are good, useful for anyone to have. And you did say you don't like Canadian bacon, which is traditional, so we're going with spicy.
Which is just ham, it's not
Just
really
ham.
bake.
Yeah, it's
I don't
not.
understand
It's
that.
not I don't know why it's named that.
Is that a
either.
Canadian thing? They just
I don't know. It's not my favorite either.
trying to reclaim bacon?
It's just thick ham. It's
ham.
slimy.
Slice of
it's-
ham.
Yeah, it's not the best. But we're gonna do like a pork sausage patty. So I'm
Got
gonna
it.
get that shaped. So you like to cook?
Yeah,
It's pretty.
I do. It's very therapeutic.
How often you say you're cooking?
Probably like once or twice a week.
That's great. Yeah. What's your go-to if you're making something for the kids? Like what's the go-to meal for you?
Honestly, they always requested it. They call it, Dad's famous breakfast sandwiches.
Okay.
Yeah, so we actually use those same buns.
The English muffins
Yeah,
there.
so like I do what you do, cut it up, a bunch of different cheeses.
There you go. Do you mind throwing that on the heat, just on the middle thing for me? I'm
gotcha.
gonna get my hands clean here. Now we'll move on to this hollandaise.
This is the star of the show.
This is a star, yeah, and this is the hardest part. So
Gotcha.
hollandaise, we're gonna take egg yolks here, and we're gonna emulsify them with butter. So they're gonna be, usually those don't wanna mix, and we're gonna get those to
What
mix.
the fuck does emulsify mean?
Emulsify, so it's when you take, when you have water and oil, and they're not on top of each other.
Yeah,
When you
don't-
shake
don't
it up,
mix.
they'll
Yeah.
mix. When it's
Gotcha.
emulsified, it's bound together. The science terms are escaping me right now, but it's becoming you're mixing things that don't want to mix.
Gotcha.
So you're forcing them to stay mixed. If you do it wrong, they can split, and it's called broken sauce. That's what you do not want to
No
happen.
broken sauce.
So
No broke boy sauce over here.
yeah, exactly. No broken sauce for us.
So you just got egg yolk.
Just yolk.
You separated the
Yep, I took out the whites. So here we just
Gotcha.
have 2 egg yolks. One of
No-
them broke, but that's
no
not
whites.
No whites in
No
this
whites
one.
allowed.
No, not in this kitchen. No. Well,
You're exempt.
not in the yolks. Yeah, I'm exempt. I'm exempt. There we go. So what we do is it's called a double boiler. We're just gonna use the steam. Now, when you played, you were vegan, correct, for a little bit during your career?
It was for a year.
Just a year, okay.
Yeah.
I feel like you were one of the first major athletes though to be vegan.
Definitely.
Like back then it was a big story,
There
right?
were no vegan restaurants. 'Cause I was in Texas too. It's like barbecue capital, so
Sure.
it was like a big deal.
So you were ahead of the game with that.
I was. I still get a lot of flack. You'll hear a lot like, oh,
Really?
he was a good running back till he went vegan. But that year I actually made the Pro Bowl and didn't miss a game.
That's crazy.
And it's like not just not eating meat. It's like eating vegetables, raw vegetables,
Right.
fruits, and having an assorted variety. It will absolutely change your health for the better.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Jameis Winston, we had him on, and he said after every season for the first 2 weeks, he goes completely vegan, resets everything.
Yeah, man,
Did you
it's-
feel like you had more energy?
It's a flush. You have to supplement B12.
Okay.
Because B12 does come from what the animals graze on.
Sure.
And so you do have to supplement that if you don't.
Okay.
And so you can get lethargic if you're not stringent on what your vitamin intake is.
You had like a good nutritionist, and everything was kind of
Yeah, I was fine. I was
all
good.
set out
Yeah,
for
I was
you.
good,
Yeah.
yeah.
What was your favorite go-to vegan meal?
So I just call it a mosaic, and it was just what I did. So I just took like potatoes, broccoli, cauliflower, like just all the veggies you could think of. You put them all in a big pot, and then you mix it all together, season it well, put some truffle oil over that shit.
Ooh, all right.
Crazy good.
There you go. If you had to pick something that you're only eating like one type of cuisine, we'll start with that. What kind of cuisine is your favorite right now?
Not vegan or vegan?
Not vegan. Anything.
Oh,
anything,
ramen.
yeah.
Japanese ramen is, I will eat that every day for the rest of my life.
You're a spice guy too, right? You were saying off camera.
Yeah, I get it the spices as it can be.
What we're looking for here is we want them to kind of see how they're changing. They're getting paler, more and more white. Want to
Like
get them
frothy?
It's supposed to get frothy, yeah.
Okay.
So it should almost double in volume is what you're
Right.
looking for. The key with hollandaise, the heat turns into a hollandaise. It thickens it up, makes it frothier. It's an emulsified sauce. The cooking terms, I have my book back there in the back. There's a glossary. Actually, if you mind, flip to the glossary and read emulsify.
If you can remember back to middle school science class, you learned that an emulsion happens when two substances that don't usually mix are forced together. You use emulsification.
Boom.
Very often when making sauces.
All right, now we're ready to add the butter. Now this is where it gets kind of exciting. So you got to go stream by stream. You have to go very little bit of time because you put it all in right now, it'll split. So the butter goes slowly in, and you just gently whisk this.
I can see the consistency start to form.
See how it come together?
Yeah.
There's some cayenne pepper. If you want to add that, perfect.
A lot of whisking.
It's a lot of whisking. You want to check on that sausage? How's that cooking back there?
Chilling. I don't think it's ready yet. Now what are we looking for? How do we know when it's done?
It'll start to thicken up even more. It'll come together. You want to chop those up? So we'll come back to this in a second. We're gonna poach the egg now.
Gotcha.
So the vinegar helps coagulate the egg whites.
Coagulate.
So they stick together. And the big thing too is once it's boiling, you don't want it to stay boiling. So you want to go to like a gentle simmer. Boom, we'll drop that in and see how it's kind of picking up on itself.
Wow. So the vinegar helps coagulate.
Yes, sir.
Everybody knows that.
Gonna give a quick toast on these. All right. Boom, drain that water off.
So if you got like a shorty and y'all have a good night and you wake up, this is an impressive thing to cook, dog.
Impressive.
Cause like nobody just like, yo, you want some Eggs Benedict? I'll be damned if I make some Eggs Benedict for somebody and they're like, man.
It's split.
It's split, man. I'm like, man, give me your plate.
Now we have this beautiful
look at that.
hollandaise sauce.
Look at that. Look at that slow motion with like some Lady in Red music, you know what I mean?
Look at that. We
Look at
got there. Arian in the end.
Look at that.
We persevered.
Look at that.
Yeah, let's get your chives on there. Get your chives on
Uh-huh.
there. Beautiful presentation.
Yes.
Now we're talking. Now we're talking. You want to do the honors? Do a little bit of little flaky
Do a
salt on top. Yeah, there we go. Boom. And I'm gonna throw these.
How much salt is wasted doing that shit?
Oh,
you know what I mean? Across the world.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Instagrammable.
Eggs Benedict.
Facts.
All right. Now we have our Eggs Benedict. All
do
that's
it.
left, dig right in.
Oh, it will be done. I ain't even gassing. That shit bomb.
Yeah?
I'm
Well,
going back
thank
in.
you.
I'm going back in.
Go back in.
I'm gonna fucking hit.
Boom. That's all you need. Arian, I appreciate you coming by.
Man.
Thanks for being here. We'll do lobster next. He's already requested it, so we got lobster coming
Right.
up next time you're here. That's gonna do it for this episode of What's for Lunch. See you guys next time.
Legit.
Hey.
Ain't no bullshit.
Thanks, bro.
That shit good as fuck.